We are now in aspect 2 of Desjardins chapter 9 on the ethics of advertisements. Here we will discuss whether advertisement helps or harms the economy, and we will discuss Kantian and utilitarian points in the analysis of benefits and harms of advertisement to the economy. So in other words, here the focus is economy as a whole rather than individuals. All right, first thought, advertising helps the economy. Advertising helps the economy by informing consumers about products and services that they do not know about and will demand, right? So it helps with the demand in the economy. Second thought, advertising harms the economy. But advertising that is manipulative actually creates demands and so stands the market on its head. The market is supposed to satisfy demands, not create them. But perhaps the market should also create demands. If happiness consists in demand satisfaction, and the more demands are satisfied, the happier we are, right? That would be the utilitarian point. But perhaps, rather, happiness does not go up with maximizing the number of and satisfaction of those kinds of demands. Perhaps happiness has to do more with demands that cannot be satisfied by the market, and that we are wasting our time by seeking to satisfy these extra demands on the market and on working to obtain the wealth for purchasing on the market. These other demands can be personal and require time away from the market, such as friendship, love, family, citizenship, belonging, etc. And these other demands can be public in the case of the public goods and require expenditure of resource and wealth, albeit not on the market, as these are not the kinds of goods that can be profitably priced and sold on the market. Things like playgrounds, clean air in streets, safety, parks, etc. Resources that would otherwise have gone into the building and creation of these are going into those goods that are sold on the market, if in fact advertisement creates demands. So, reasons why advertisement distorts economy. The market is supposed to reflect the needs and demands of consumers and satisfy them. However, if the demand is created by advertisers by manipulation of consumers' desires, then the market no longer reflects the consumer's desires, but creates them. So the problems now with that advertisement distorts economy. The obvious problem is that manipulation of consumer desires by advertisements making them buy what they do not desire on their own. The obvious problem is that it violates the autonomy of consumers to choose for themselves. Furthermore, if the new desires are trivial and rather meaningless things, then the consumer happiness is not raised and is actually lowered due to the resources and time expended on acquiring the money for those purchases. And finally, as a result of the market producing for trivial desires, the products and services that are really needed and would increase happiness are not produced, like improvement of parks, playgrounds, and other public and private goods.